We know there are many myths about menopause. To dispel some of them, I spoke with world-famous gynecologist and author of the Menopause Manifesto, Dr. Jen Gunter.
The Supreme Court is screwing us over, and pretty soon we're going to be turned into baby-making factories. So I went to a pharmacy with Dr. Jen Gunter, the internet's favorite OBGYN, to stock up on Plan B and learn about the other way to not get pregnant, menopause. Not going to see this on Corden. Why?
For too long, menopause has been sort of couched as a disease. Right. I mean, they used to call it the death of sex or a woman's winter.
Woman's winter?
Yeah.
It's like Game of Thrones spinoff.
Yeah, whereas menopause, it's north of the wall.
So what is north of the wall, and how does one get there?
So the menopause transition is the time leading up to menopause. That's when your ovarian function is winding down, and then when you've had your last menstrual period, 1 year after that is when you're officially in menopause. You could think of the whole process as sort of puberty in reverse.
Puberty in reverse. It's good because I wanted a puberty do-over. I can go back to those haircuts.
How do you know when your body's going into reverse puberty? Society makes it seem like you hit 48 and then bam, you're in the break room from Severance.
Menopause is certainly not a part of sex education. You talk about puberty, and you talk about your most fertile period, and then you drop off the earth.
Right. If you knew when you were 4, 5, and 6 that your life was going to have this incredible arc, and that in the last half of the arc, you were as vital and as productive as the first half, the only difference is you're not ovulating. That's a different message.
Right. So when you go through menopause, what can that feel like in the body?
Everybody's different. There's people who have literally no symptoms, like my best friend had 1 hot flash. And there are people who suffer with severe hot flashes, bad joint pain, worsening of migraines, vaginal dryness. There's something like, I think, 150 symptoms attributed.
A huge list of symptoms.
Yeah, a huge list of symptoms, but not everybody gets them all.
When you see a commercial for a fancy new drug, they always really quickly list the side effects. Why can't we just do that for menopause?
Ask your doctor about menopause. Symptoms include hot flashes, sweats, insomnia, no longer wanting to watch Call the Midwife, a desire to punch Ted Lasso in the mustache, vaginal dryness, anxiety, depression, and wanting to eat potpourri.
Let's say that you're a person who you believe that you're going through perimenopause. How do you talk about this with your doctor? Is there like a password for a speakeasy?
What you should do is make a list of what's bothering you. So hot flashes, you're feeling depressed, you're having irregular periods. Put your worst symptoms at the top, because I would love to solve every problem in one visit. But the reality is I can't. And not because I don't have enough time, because the medicine's really hard and it's complex. And so we want to get started, and then we can decide what's next on the list. But whatever it is, make the list. Call that the bother factor.
The bother factor. I want to host that show on Fox.
Welcome to the Bother Factor, where we cover the things that bother us, like how we don't even have names for everything that happened in our bodies because...
Up until very recently, medicine has been about medicine for men.
Right.
And it's been retrofitted for people with ovaries, and that's absolutely unacceptable.
Where is the medical community right now? Where are we at present?
We need more research on a lot of things. And, you know, research takes time. It's very expensive. But what we've seen is with COVID, if people are willing to throw a lot of money at a problem and a whole bunch of really smart scientists, look at what we can achieve. We went from knowing the genetic code of COVID in January to having a vaccine at the end of the year.
Okay, brainstorm. What if Elon Musk dedicated all that money that he was going to use to buy Twitter into menopause research? Can you handle it?
Yeah, I don't see that happening, but nothing causes vaginal dryness faster than
Elon
Musk.
My uterus just cramped.
Yeah, my vagina went.
And while there are treatments like hormone therapy that are scientifically proven to help address menopause symptoms, they are expensive as hell. And surprise, surprise, insurance companies usually don't cover menopause treatments, leaving the door open for science deniers looking to make a buck.
Let's talk about red flags in menopause care.
Sure. So I see a lot of people talking about naturopathic therapy, and naturopaths primarily prescribe supplements. But these supplements are not tested in the rigorous way that pharmaceuticals are. I mean, what's in those bottles could literally be dirt from somebody's backyard. You have no way of knowing.
So what is the number one thing that you can do to help yourself through this transition?
Eating a healthy, balanced diet, having 25 grams of fiber a day, exercise, and especially resistance training, like weightlifting, that type of thing.
I get my steps in from running away from people who try to prescribe me supplements.
Oh, this is so stressful. Let me out.
Do you have any advice for people who are thinking constantly about their own biology? It's just eating up a lot of brain space
Right.
in a lot of women that I know who are kind of frightened.
You are more than your reproductive parts. Your worth is not in any way related to your ability to produce estrogen with ovulation. The story that your reproductive system is how you should be viewed, that was written by people who have no business writing that. It was written by people who want to keep you down. It's written by people who want to make you smaller.
It was written by people named Jimmy, probably.
Yeah, the people running everything are the patriarchy. I'm like, we don't call erectile dysfunction penile failure
I like it better.
or penile old age or penile sadness, penile winter.
I'm dying. Sorry, I just got a hip cramp. That's too much. Penile winter. I knew I was going to enjoy this interview. I knew it.
So get your parka and hunker down for penile winter. And until then, let's chill on the whole menopause is the end bullshit, because it's not. It's natural. As natural as seeing two women over 50 on TV. A beautiful thing.